My wife texted, "I'm taking the kids to my parents and filing for full custody. A lawyer will be in touch." I replied, "Noted." Then I emailed her lawyer the hidden camera footage from the nanny cam she didn't know about. 24 hours later, her lawyer was calling me to make a deal. Original post. I, 36, male, got the text while sitting in a client meeting. My phone buzzed. I glanced down and there it was. My wife Victoria, 34, had just blown up our marriage and weaponized our kids via text message. Taking Emma and Jake to my parents' house, filing for full custody. Don't try to contact us. A lawyer will be in touch. My 2 kids, Emma's 7, Jake's 5, the lights of my life. And she was just taking them. My client must have noticed my face change because he asked if everything was okay. I excused myself, walked to the bathroom, and read it 3 more times, each time hoping I'd misread it. I typed back one word, "Noted." Then I called my brother Daniel, who's a paralegal. "Can you meet me at my house in an hour? It's an emergency." See, what Victoria didn't know was that 6 months ago, after she'd started acting weird, late nights, secretive phone calls, sudden girls' trips, I'd installed nanny cams in our house. Not to spy on her, honestly. I was worried about the kids. She'd been drinking more, and I wanted to make sure they were safe when I wasn't home. The cameras were tiny, built into everyday objects. One in a fake plant in the living room, one in a clock in the kitchen, one in a picture frame in the hallway. All perfectly legal since it was my house too, and they were in common areas, not bedrooms or bathrooms. What those cameras captured over the last 6 months was illuminating. Victoria day drinking while the kids begged for lunch. Victoria passed out on the couch at 2 p.m. while Jake cried because he'd wet himself and she wouldn't wake up. Victoria on the phone with someone saying, "No, my idiot husband has no clue. He'll pay child support and alimony forever while I live my best life with you." But the worst was 3 weeks ago. Victoria's friend Brad coming over during the day. The kids were at school. What happened on my living room couch was definitely not a friendly visit, multiple times, while wearing the anniversary necklace I'd bought her. I'd been building a case, planning to confront her with a marriage counselor, but she just declared war and used our kids as weapons. Daniel arrived at my house. I showed him the text, then pulled up the footage on my laptop. His jaw dropped. "Holy crap, Paul, this is gold. Can I use it in a custody battle?" "Are you kidding? She's done. But you need a real lawyer, not me." He gave me a name. Melissa Hartley, bulldog in the courtroom, apparently. I called her office, said it was an emergency custody situation. They got me in that afternoon. Melissa reviewed everything. The drinking, the neglect, the affair, the phone call about using me for money. "Mr. Thompson, I've seen a lot of custody cases. This is one of the clearest I've encountered. She's attempting parental alienation, but she's given us a gift by lawyering up first and putting everything in writing." "What do I do?" "Nothing. Let her think she's winning. When her lawyer contacts us, we'll respond appropriately." That was Tuesday. Wednesday morning, Victoria's lawyer called. Richard Peaton from Peaton and Associates. Fancy firm. Expensive. "Mr. Thompson, I represent Victoria Thompson in the matter of custody regarding Emma and Jake Thompson. My client is seeking full custody with supervised visitation for you, along with child support and spousal maintenance." Supervised visitation, like I'm some kind of danger to my own kids. "I'll have my attorney contact you," I said calmly. "You should know," he continued, voice dripping condescension, "that my client has documented numerous instances of your absence from the home, your prioritization of work over family, and your emotional unavailability. We have a strong case." "Noted, my attorney will be in touch." I hung up and called Melissa. "Send him everything, all of it, every last second." She emailed him a selection of the greatest hits. Victoria drunk at noon. Victoria with Brad. Victoria openly planning to commit fraud for financial gain. Timestamps included. The subject line? Thompson custody matter, evidence for review. Then we waited. Update 1. It took exactly 19 hours for Patan to call back. Not Victoria, not a secretary, the senior partner himself. "Mr. Thompson?" His voice had lost all that smugness. "I think we should discuss this matter more pragmatically." "I'm listening." "Perhaps we were hasty. My client may have been emotional when she filed. We'd like to propose joint custody." "Joint? From full custody with supervised visitation for me to joint in 19 hours. Mr. Peaton, your client took my children without warning, filed for full custody, and demanded I only see them under supervision. She's clearly established she doesn't believe in co-parenting. Now let's not be hasty. I'll be filing for emergency temporary custody based on the documented neglect and substance abuse. My attorney will be in touch. Wait, Mr. Thompson, surely we can... I hung up. Within an hour, Victoria was blowing up my phone. 89 texts in 45 minutes. The highlights. How dare you show that to my lawyer? That footage is illegal. You've been spying on me, you creep. Brad means nothing. I was just stressed with the kids. You're never home anyway. This is your fault. Please don't do this. Think of the children. I'll ruin you. I screenshot everything and forwarded it to Melissa. Then came the family intervention. Her sister Natalie called first. Paul, what the hell? Victoria is crying, saying you're trying to steal the kids. She took them and filed for full custody, Natalie. I'm responding. But she's their mother. Kids need their mother. Kids need a sober, responsible parent. Check your sister's day drinking habits. You're exaggerating. She has a glass of wine sometimes. Natalie, I have 6 months of footage. Would you like to see your sister passed out at 2 p.m. while Jake cries? Silence. That's not true. It's all on camera, time-stamped, multiple incidents. She hung up. Then Victoria's mom, Linda, called. Different approach. Tears and guilt. Paul, sweetheart, I know Victoria made mistakes, but please don't take my grandbabies away from her. She's getting help. She'll do better. Linda, she was getting help while planning to take my kids and live off my money with her boyfriend. Boyfriend? What boyfriend? Oh, she didn't know about Brad. Ask your daughter about Brad. Ask her about what happened on our couch multiple times. Long pause. She said she was filing because you were absent and cold. I work 50 hours a week to support my family. I'm home every evening and weekend. I coach Jake's soccer team. I help Emma with her homework every night. The cameras show all of that too. Linda started crying harder. I didn't know. Your daughter is attempting to alienate my children from me while she's been day drinking and cheating. I'm protecting Emma and Jake. That's all. Thursday morning emergency hearing. Victoria showed up looking perfect, hair done, conservative dress, tears ready. Brad was nowhere to be seen. Her lawyer went first, trying to paint me as a vindictive spouse using illegally obtained footage to punish his wife for leaving. Then Melissa stood up. Your Honor, the footage was legally obtained from cameras in common areas of the marital home. But more importantly, let's review what they show. She played a compilation. Victoria stumbling drunk while Emma asked for help with homework. Victoria passed out while Jake hurt himself climbing on furniture. Victoria with Brad. Edited for court, but clear enough. The judge's face went from neutral to concerned to angry. Mrs. Thompson, the judge addressed Victoria directly. Do you dispute this is you in the footage? It's taken out of context. Is this you? The judge repeated. Yes or no? Yes, but... And this man is not your husband? Victoria's face went red. Nah, I see. And in this clip, you appear to be unconscious while your 5-year-old is in distress. I was just tired. The judge turned to Peaton. Counselor, you filed for full custody with supervised visitation for Mr. Thompson. Based on what grounds exactly? Peaton shuffled papers. Your Honor, you believed your client's version without investigation. The judge shook his head. I'm granting temporary custody to Mr. Thompson. Mrs. Thompson will have supervised visitation pending substance abuse evaluation and parenting classes. The reverse, complete reversal of what they demanded. Victoria exploded. You can't do this. I'm their mother. He tricked me. He's been planning this. Mrs. Thompson, control yourself or I'll hold you in contempt. He works all the time. He doesn't even know their teachers' names. I stood up calmly. Mrs. Rodriguez and Mr. Kim. Emma's favorite subject is science. She's reading at a 4th grade level. Jake loves art, but struggles with letters. He's left-handed, so we got him special scissors. Emma is allergic to strawberries. Jake hates Brussels sprouts, but loves broccoli if you put cheese on it. Victoria just stared. The judge nodded. Temporary custody to father. We'll revisit in 90 days pending evaluations. Court dismissed. Update 2. The entitled meltdown after court was spectacular. Victoria followed me to the parking lot, Peaton trying desperately to shut her up. You think you've won? I'll destroy you. I'll tell everyone what kind of man you really are. What kind is that, Victoria? I asked. A controlling, manipulative bastard who spies on his family, as opposed to a drunk who neglects her kids while screwing around. She actually tried to slap me in front of her lawyer in the courthouse parking lot with security cameras everywhere. I stepped back. She missed and nearly fell over. Victoria, stop. Peaton grabbed her arm. You're making things worse. Get off me. You're fired anyway. You said this would be easy. She stormed off to her car, her BMW that I paid for, and peeled out. That evening, I picked up the kids from Victoria's parents' house. Linda had been crying. She hugged me at the door. Paul, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. She told us you were controlling, abusive. I'm just here for the kids, Linda. Emma and Jake came running. Daddy, are we going home? Yeah, kids, we're going home. Mommy said we were going to live at Grandma's forever, Jake said. Well, plans change, buddy. You're coming home with me. Victoria's dad, Robert, pulled me aside. Paul, is it true? The drinking? The other man? I just nodded. His face hardened. We didn't raise her like this. In the car, Emma asked, Daddy, why was Mommy so mad? Adult stuff, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. You were mean to her. What do you think? Am I mean? Emma thought about it. No. You make us breakfast, and you help with homework, and you fix my bike. Mommy sleeps a lot, Jake added quietly. My heart broke a little. Friday morning, the real dirty tricks started. First, a call from my boss. Paul, I just got a concerning email. My stomach dropped. What kind of email? Someone claiming you've been embezzling company funds to pay for surveillance equipment to stalk your wife. That's completely false. I can prove… I know, Paul. I know. I just wanted to give you a heads up, but this is serious. They CC'd the entire board. I forwarded it to Melissa immediately. She responded, document everything. This is harassment and defamation. Then the social media campaign began. Victoria posted on every platform. My soon-to-be ex-husband has been spying on me for months with hidden cameras. He's taken my babies away using doctored footage and lies. This man is dangerous. Please share to spread awareness about domestic surveillance abuse. The comments started pouring in. Her friends, mostly people who didn't know the real story, calling me a creep and an abuser. But then something interesting happened. Our neighbor, Mrs. Patterson, commented, Victoria, I've seen you stumbling drunk at 1 p.m. multiple times. Paul coaches both kids' sports and does school pickup half the time. Stop lying? Another neighbor added, maybe don't pass out drunk while your kids are home alone. Just a thought. Emma's teacher even chimed in. Mr. Thompson has never missed a parent-teacher conference. Can't say the same for you. The tide was turning. Saturday brought a new low. Victoria showed up at the house at 6 a.m., drunk or high, demanding to see her babies. Victoria, you have supervised visitation starting Monday. You can't be here. Screw your visitation. They're my kids. She started pounding on the door. The kids woke up scared. Daddy, why is Mommy yelling? Jake was crying. She's just upset, buddy. Go back to your room. I'll handle it. I called 911. My wife is at my door, intoxicated, violating a custody order. Victoria heard me and went ballistic. She started kicking the door, screaming obscenities. The neighbors came out. When the cops arrived, she tried to play victim. Officers, this man has stolen my children. I just want to see my babies. Ma'am, have you been drinking? That's not… I had 1 glass of wine. At 6 in the morning? They breathalyzed her. 0.12 at 6 a.m. Ma'am, you're under arrest for public intoxication and violation of a custody order. You can't arrest me. I'm a mother. He's the criminal. Check his house for cameras. He's been stalking me. As they put her in the car, she screamed at me. You planned this. You set me up. Victoria, you showed up drunk. How did I plan that? The arrest made the local news blog by noon. Local woman arrested at ex's home in custody dispute. Her parents called, mortified. Her sister Natalie texted, I'm starting to see why you had cameras. But Victoria wasn't done. Final update. The supervised visitation was a disaster from day one. Monday, 2 p.m., at the court-appointed facility. Victoria showed up looking rough. The supervisor noted she seemed agitated and potentially under the influence. They did a breathalyzer. 0.08 at 2 p.m. for a visit with her kids. Visit canceled. She exploded at the supervisor, a sweet older woman named Janet. You don't understand. He's turned everyone against me, even my kids. Ma'am, you're not sober. You cannot visit while intoxicated. I'm their mother. Security had to escort her out again. The next attempt was Wednesday. She was sober but spent the entire hour telling the kids how Daddy was mean and trying to keep them apart. Emma, my smart, brave 7-year-old, said, Mommy, you're lying. Daddy didn't do anything. You were sleeping all the time and Brad was at our house. Victoria's face went white. Who told you about Brad? Nobody. I saw him. He was in his underwear in the kitchen. The supervisor ended the visit early due to attempted parental alienation. Thursday, I got a call from Melissa. Paul, I just received something interesting. Victoria's boyfriend, Brad, his wife just filed for divorce. She wants to testify in your custody case. Brad's wife, Heather, was a gold mine. She had texts, emails, evidence of Brad and Victoria's 6-month affair, plans to move in together once Victoria got the house in the divorce and alimony. Victoria had texted Brad, "Paul's so stupid. I'll get the house, custody, and at least $4,000 a month. We can live so well." Brad had responded, "What if he finds out about us?" "He won't. And even if he does, courts always side with mothers. I'll cry abuse and get everything." Heather also had receipts. Literal receipts. Victoria and Brad's hotel stays on Brad's credit card. During times Victoria told me she was at her mom's or with friends. The final custody hearing was brutal. Melissa presented everything. The neglect, the substance abuse, the affair, the premeditated fraud, the false allegations, the arrest, the failed visitations. Victoria's new lawyer, after Peyton withdrew, tried to argue this was all a momentary lapse due to stress. "Your Honor, Mrs. Thompson is seeking help. She's enrolled in AA. She's in therapy." "Where's the proof of enrollment?" the judge asked. "Well, she's planning to enroll." "Planning?" The judge raised an eyebrow. "This hearing was scheduled 3 weeks ago." Then Victoria took the stand against her lawyer's advice. "Your Honor, I'm a good mother. I made mistakes, yes, but Paul drove me to them. He was cold, distant. He worked constantly. I was lonely. I was depressed. Brad was just there for me." "Mrs. Thompson," the judge said evenly, "the footage shows you intoxicated during daytime hours while sole caregiver to your children multiple times." "I was self-medicating. Paul ignored me." "Did you seek counseling, marriage therapy?" "No." "Did you communicate your concerns to your husband?" "He wouldn't have listened. So instead you had an affair, neglected your children, and attempted to take them from their father while planning to commit financial fraud." Victoria started crying, not sad tears, angry tears. "This isn't fair. Mothers should be with their children. It's natural." "What's natural about being passed out drunk while your 5-year-old cries?" She had no answer. The ruling was swift and harsh. Full legal and physical custody to me. Victoria received supervised visitation every other weekend, pending completion of substance abuse treatment and parenting classes. Child support from her. Minimal since she barely worked. No alimony. The house stayed with me since I'd bought it before marriage. Victoria screamed, actually screamed in court. "You can't do this. I'm their mother." The judge had her removed. In the hallway afterward, she cornered me one last time while her parents tried to pull her away. "You destroyed my life." "No, Victoria, you destroyed your own life. I just documented it." "The kids will hate you for this." "The kids are relieved they don't have to watch you pass out anymore." That hit her. For just a second, I saw reality pierce through her delusion. Then it was gone, replaced by rage. "I'll never stop fighting for them." "Then get sober, get help, become the mother they deserve. I won't keep them from you if you do that." She laughed bitterly, "Like you'd ever let me see them normally again." "Victoria, I had cameras to protect the kids, not to hurt you. If you get clean, really clean, and can be a good mom, I want them to have you in their lives. But that's on you." Her parents dragged her away, apologizing profusely. It's been 3 months now. Victoria has completed 1 successful supervised visit. Sober, appropriate. The kids were happy to see her. She's supposedly in AA, though who knows if she'll stick with it. Brad dumped her the moment she lost the house and potential alimony. Heather sent me a thank you card. Weird as that was. The kids are doing better. Emma's grades improved. Jake stopped wetting the bed. They ask about mommy sometimes, and I tell them she's sick but trying to get better. My boss laughed off the embezzlement claim after I showed him the receipts for the cameras. $400 total from Amazon, paid with my personal credit card. Victoria's social media campaign backfired spectacularly when the arrest report became public. DUI at 6 a.m. while violating a custody order doesn't generate much sympathy. Her sister Natalie apologized to me last week. "I should have known. She's always been selfish, but I never thought she'd risk her kids." The saddest part? The kids don't miss the chaos. Emma told me last week, "Daddy, it's quieter now. I like quiet." Jake just said, "Mommy was scary sometimes." I'm in therapy myself, trying to process how I missed the signs for so long, how Victoria became this person, or if she always was and just hid it well. But the kids are safe. They're happy. They're thriving. And those cameras? Best $400 I ever spent. They saved my relationship with my children and protected them from a mother who chose alcohol and another man over their well-being. Victoria texts me occasionally asking for extra visits or trying to negotiate. I forward everything to Melissa. The answer is always the same. Follow the court order, complete your treatment, then we'll talk. Last I heard from Linda, Victoria is living with them, working part-time at a clothing store, supposedly still in AA. She still blames me for everything, but at least she's not showing up drunk anymore. The entitlement never fully goes away, though. Just last week, she texted, I should have the house. I decorated it. I didn't respond. Some battles aren't worth fighting. The kids and I are doing okay. Not great, not terrible, but okay. We have dance parties in the kitchen, build blanket forts, read stories every night. Normal stuff that felt impossible when Victoria was spiraling. Maybe someday she'll get it together and be the mom Emma and Jake deserve. But I'm not holding my breath. For now, I'm just focused on being the stable parent they need. And those cameras are still up. Trust, but verify. Especially when it comes to my kids' safety. Victoria taught me that lesson the hard way.